It's Michaela. Surgery on forehead. So it's now, what are we? 6 days. 6 days after the surgery on my head. As you can see, the results are quite dramatic. I have the raised the eyebrows here, and so I have my eyes are way more open, which is totally amazing. I'm blown away by this. It's really incredible. And geez, haven't been able to wash my hair in 6 days, but it still looks pretty good. Got lucky on that one. There's a pretty decent scar that goes right around here. I just got tape over it at the moment just to protect the wound, and I'm hoping on like getting a haircut which actually has a bit of a fringe that'll cover this over for like probably like the next year. It's either that or I'm probably going to wear like headband sort of thing. But I don't want anything to irritate this too much because it needs time to heal. It needs another 6 days before I can get the stitches out of here. There's like stitches in here. And then after the 6 days, it's just basically going to be quite a meaty scar around here. But I'm not too bothered by the whole thing. I think I'm absolutely stunned by the results. I think my forehead's a lot flatter here. They must have ground down a lot of this. They've definitely done a lot of work here grounding this, because that used to stick out like nothing else, this here. And there was this area here that used to stick out like nothing else there as well. It was like, I mean, it was out here, and now that's flat. I mean, it's just a little bit of swelling there. And the same on the other side. That was the same. It was stuck out, and it was around the eye socket there. If you see my previous video, you would have seen this eye was like really swollen. It was crazy. It's like almost swollen shut, but it's almost perfect now. It's come back to life, so really happy about that. And my vision was a bit funky for a while. It was a bit blurry and a bit all over the place, but it came right a few days ago, so it's really good. And what else do I say? My mum bought me this watch. Such a lovely lady. Lucky to have her. Really am. And yeah, she supported me through the whole thing. Someone had to look after me, which I was very lucky to have, because I know some trans women have been through the whole experience on their own, and it must be incredibly awful to be on your own. I really feel quite bad for them. But I was lucky I had my mum. She's supporting me, and she was making me food and cups of tea and making sure I was having my medicine at the right times and all this lovely stuff. And like, I'll go into pain levels. Okay, so from the first 15 hours after the operation, I'm not kidding you, I didn't feel a damn thing. There was no pain at all. Nothing at all. I couldn't feel anything. And I was like, something must be wrong. Why I'm not feeling pain? And then all of a sudden, it just hit me like a truck. It was so incredibly painful. Like this area was like inflaming pain, like a like you've got a cheese grater and someone's got a cheese grater and grated your head with it. Basically, that's what happened under the skin, They grind away the bones and they stick it all back together. But that pain was so brutal. It was just so ugly and horrible, and nasty pain. It was like, like a tattoo. It's just nasty, nasty pain. And it would just come in waves, and it would just hit you, and like the swelling, because I had this bandage on my head, and the swelling underneath it was crazy, and it would just start throbbing, and I'd be like continuously putting ice packs on my head, which, by the way, if you're going to get this, seriously, use ice packs for the first 2 days after surgery, but don't leave them on the skin for too long, because the blood vessels need to be able to grow and mend again. And if you leave the ice on there too long, it'll stop that from happening. But if you leave it on there for like a good 5 minutes and then take it off, and then you just do that continuously, it really helps with the swelling, and it really helps with the recovery, because like this is amazing, absolutely amazing recovery from 6 days surgery. And I'm very fortunate that I didn't have any complications, like, you could have anything. You could have the wound opening up, you could have infection that causes body fevers and just pus and gnarly crazy shit, like this can happen. It's common as well, and thank God I didn't get any of that. So I got very lucky in that respect. But I'm not out of the woods yet. I've still got another 6 days to go, but I'm feeling really good. And you will feel, your body will feel pretty run down, like when you're recovering. Like took me 3 days before I could leave the room and walk around. And we went to the mall and stuff. On the 3rd day, would you believe? I went to the mall, and I even had a half a glass of beer. I know I'm crazy, but I was just so over the pain. I just needed a bit of get out of the house relief sort of stuff. It was really helpful, actually. And done some shopping. But the thing about that was I could only walk about 10 meters at a time before I'd get this feeling in my head, like, this faint feeling like you're just going to fall on your face sort of feeling. So you have to take it slow, and if you're not ready to go out or do anything, you have to stay in bed and you have to rest, and you have to drink I'm talking heaps of water, because water got me through it. I was drinking 2 litres a day or something of water, and taking all your pills to keep the pain down. And it's a matter of taking all your pills to keep the pain threshold down, because you might stop your pills and say, I don't feel any pain, and then you get this massive hit of pain which could have been overcome if you were taking the pills on a steady basis. But if you just like leave it till you get that pain, it's really hard to make that pain go away. But if you're taking them all the time, this is just good advice, because I followed it and it really worked, and it really helped the pain and managed the pain. But that's what my doctor told me to do, and I didn't believe in it. I was just going to wait until I got pain and take the pills. But you're better off, coughing again, keep on top of the pill regime. I was on all sorts of things like gabapentins and Panadols and anti-inflammatories, and they make some people sick. They don't make me sick. It makes some people have diarrhea, which is pretty uncomfortable because you're getting up all the time. You can't sleep how it is. You won't be able to sleep for 3 days at least. Like, you'll have pretty rough sleep for the first 3 days. And then it's either going to go one way after 3 days. It's either going to get really crazy, like infections and stuff, and you'll get fevers and all sorts, or you're going to be like me, or you're going to get a smooth ride from 3 days. But it's always like, for me, it's always like the 3-day rule. And it applies to when you cut yourself as well. It's like, if you're okay after 3 days, you're normally okay. And I don't know why it's this 3-day rule, but it's always been like that for me. And I think you get through those 3 days looking after yourself, resting, taking your drugs, drinking heaps of water, and having someone looking after you, you'll be fine. But yeah, over the moon with the results, and my new forehead here. Oh my god, I'm blown away. But I possibly could be getting some more surgery down on the chin and lifting this up and doing stuff like that. But that'll be in Thailand, and that'll be in about a year's time, so I'm not too fussed on that one. But all I have to do is make sure I cover up this from the public, probably a hairpiece or headband or something of the likes. But I can honestly say it's made a hell of a difference. I was out in public, and this is the other day, and I got gendered correctly all day. I got called a lady and ma'am on the same day. And for me personally, that is unheard of. I mean, might get that once a month. I was lucky before. So it really has changed, and I am so happy, because was pretty tired of all the abuse and the stares and the feeling uncomfortable and all that sort of shit. So this surgery, game changer. And the other thing is, it's like such subtle changes that it just works. And if you get a professional surgeon that knows how to feminize faces and stuff, they'll know exactly what to do. So I wouldn't go to like a really cheap outfit. I'd actually spend a bit of money and get a professional that can do the job. I wish I could put my hair over it. It's just a bit sore around here. That can do the job properly, and no botched episodes, because you don't want to go to Mexico and have some nightmare that you have to fix. No, don't do that. Anyway, just a wee catch up, and I will make another video when all this is off, and possibly show the scar, and show you what you got to deal with the scar, because I don't even know what it's going to look like. It's probably going to be dark purple or something. But the cool thing about it is you can just put some foundation over it or something. God, if it worst comes to worst. You got concealers that work really well. Yeah, happy and moving forward in my transition. And love you, and stay safe and stay you and be happy. See ya.